So I am committed to meditating every day. And so I thought I'd do it live. To invite you to commit to meditating however often you want to meditate. You might want to commit to meditating every day too and see what happens. There's actually a playlist on my channel from about, 7 years ago, of when I was in a bit of a state. I was drinking a lot, drinking every day, I think. And I decided to do 100 days of meditation, and I catalogued it. I didn't record the whole meditation. I think I did an hour meditation a day and then recorded a short video about what went on afterward. You can see the transformation in me just from looking at me on like day one to the last, I think it was 100 days. It's quite something. Anyway, it's meditation time now, so this is going to be an awareness meditation. We are consciousness, it's all we are. I mean, we've got this physical world around us, but the only thing that we take with us, the only thing that we are that goes beyond this physical world is our consciousness. That's our attention. It's where we are consciously focusing. Where do you feel it? I can often think that I'm behind my eyes. I'm often behind my eyes. When I'm meditating, I'm around here, my third eye. Where's your consciousness usually? Where do you think you are in your body? Interesting, isn't it? And this is why the material stuff, I mean, you can get it if you want. You can manifest things, and we live on this material plane, and there's nothing wrong with that. But the only thing that we take with us is our consciousness. And so self-growth is where it's at, because you do take that stuff with you. Interesting, huh? So, meditation. It's practicing that. Being who we really are. Spending time just with our consciousness. Noticing the distractions that are in our body, in our minds, in our external world. Just noticing them and accepting them. It's part of the human condition. And as we do that in meditation, we bring ourselves back to our consciousness. We are connecting with who we really are. And when we do that, our spiritual team, our guides, the universe, the whole, it all, we have more access to that. And for any of you that are interested in me and my work, my channeling came about through being an abused child. So when you're abused and you can't do anything about it because you're a child, you disassociate. Let it happen to your body, but you're not really there. You take your consciousness somewhere else. And that was one of the biggest gifts in my life. How messed up is that? But it was one of the biggest gifts in my life because essentially I started meditating a lot as a child. And I didn't even call it meditating. And I remember reading a book about yoga in my 20s. Started yoga when I was about 20. And this book had about meditation in it, and I tried doing what it said in the book, and I couldn't do it. And then it was only when I was with other people and they were like, okay, we'll meditate, and I was like, oh, I can't do it. But then they said, oh, do this. I joined in a healing, and they're like, you just went straight into it like that, that's meditation. I'm like, oh yeah, I do that all the time. So little did I know I was meditating all the time, but my work is a meditation. However, my work is a meditation with an intention outside of myself. I do it for other people, for the readings and for the healings and stuff like that. This, even though I'm doing it live here, this is for me. It makes a difference to me personally to meditate for myself. And that's what this is. And so I invite you to meditate for yourself as well and set an intention for however you want to do it, however many times you want to do it. Every day is a good idea. So let's do it. So as I said, we are consciousness, and so the awareness, the conscious awareness of what's going on. So you can sit cross-legged if you want, you can sit in a chair, you can lay down, doesn't really matter where your body's at. It just matters what's going on inside. Noticing the distractions of the human condition as they come along. You might want to name them, that helps me to stay in the present. So thought, ache, itch, noise, thought, right? Calling it out like that in my mind helps me to remain conscious in that consciousness instead of going along with those thoughts, because we go along with our thoughts and our consciousness just follows that, and before we know it, we've gone into like a dream state and we're not conscious anymore, right? And so we bring ourselves back to the consciousness, and that's what meditation is. It's that practice of trying to remain present, and then when we realize, oops, I forgot I was meditating and I was thinking about dinner, we bring ourselves back, and that is the practice of meditation. So there is no, I'm not good at meditation. And for me, it's different every time. Like yesterday's, watch yesterday's if you didn't see yesterday's. I went in deep trance yesterday for about 10 or 15 minutes. My arms were moved from where I had them on my lap to out here like this, and then there was this big surge of energy that came down, and it gave me REM fluttery, and my face was twitching, and then this energy that was pouring into me, it was quite hard to take, and then it went out like a big disc, you know, like an atomic bomb. You see, like out like that. It went like that out of me. And you'll notice if you watch the replay that I was breathing heavily when that happened. It was pretty intense. And someone pointed out it was the eclipse energy too. So let's see what goes on today. So let's take some deep breaths to start. We'll settle our nervous systems down because that helps. So closing your eyes and taking some deep breaths and letting it all go. Another deep breath. And by the way, I'm going to go for about half an hour, I think. We'll see. But straight afterwards, I'll be doing a members only live show where I'll be channeling. You might want to join to be a member and come along to that if you're not already a member. Another deep breath and let it go. So we're just going to move our consciousness all over our body with my prompts and just check if there's any tension or any holding energy there to release it. So starting off with our head, put your consciousness there in your head, your focus on your head, scalp, forehead, just releasing it all. If you find any holding or tension there, in your eyebrows, and cheeks, and the jaw. Relaxing your scalp so that your ears, you feel that sensation of your ears dropping towards your shoulders. And focusing on the neck, I like to stretch my neck at this point. Feel it first before we relax it. And then releasing all those muscles in the neck. Relaxing them, balancing your head in a comfortable position. Now the shoulders, releasing the shoulders, dropping them down away from your ears, relaxing them down. We hold a lot of tension in our shoulders, hitching them up around our ears from anxiety or stress or burdens and responsibilities and the things you need to do, and just releasing the shoulders downwards. And then focusing on the left arm, from the shoulder to the elbow, relaxing the upper arm there, the bicep, tricep. And from the elbow to the wrist, relaxing the forearm, all of the muscles in the forearm. And relaxing the hand from the wrist all the way to the fingers, and you might want to stretch out your palm as well, splaying your fingers out to release the tension in your hand. Now Now focusing on the right shoulder down to the elbow. Relaxing your bicep and your tricep at the back. From the elbow to the wrist, all of those muscles in the forearm relaxing. You might feel your arms getting heavy. And the right hand from the wrist to the ends of the fingers. You might want to flatten your palm, stretch your fingers out before you let go and relax. Now taking a deep breath in, expanding the ribs and the chest and the upper back. And then letting it all go. And taking a deep breath into the belly this time. And then letting that go and releasing all the tension in the belly. Relaxing the hips. And those leg bones in the hip sockets, letting them just relax. And your glutes softening. And then focusing on the left leg from the hip to the knee. Big quads. And your hamstrings, relaxing it all. And the knee to the ankle. Your calf muscle. Softening all of that. And your shin. And your ankle to your toes. Again, you might want to stretch your toes out. Flatten your foot a bit before you relax your left foot. Focusing on the right leg now, from the hip to the knee. Relaxing the thigh, quads, hamstrings. And then from the knee to the ankle, relax the tibialis at the front of your leg and the calf at the back. And then focusing on the foot from the ankle to the toes. Again, stretch those toes out. And then let that go and relax the foot. And now our nervous system is much more relaxed than it was before. Taking our focus now to the third eye, which is a point on our forehead between our eyebrows and just slightly up from it. Put your focus there. Putting your focus there might cause your eyes to look upwards just a little bit, or it might not. It doesn't have to. Just notice what's going on with you and let that be okay. When the distractions come, we're accepting them. It's a part of human life. It doesn't make us bad at meditating, and it doesn't make us a bad person. Accepting your experience, which will be different than my experience, that will be different than everyone else's experience, and that's okay. Every meditation will be different as well, and that's okay too. But by accepting the distractions when they come along, we practice self-love. We learn to accept ourselves, stop judging ourselves. So as the distractions come, Name them. Noise outside, thought, cat hair on my cheek, itch, thought. There's a power in meditating together, even when it's through a video on YouTube. There is no separation, really. Marian Masters have joined us probably about 5 minutes ago now. They look to me like giants, but very friendly giants with dark cloaks on hoods. They stand in a circle, like a circle of protection around us meditating, and often sway from side to side as well, at the same time as each other. Got beautiful, benevolent, protective energy, masculine energy. It first came to me in meditation, it was around the year 2011. They had a lot to do with the channelings, and around the year 2012 and the start of the Great Divide, which we're really getting into now. The shift. If you want to know more about that, you can check out my books on Amazon. I asked if they got any messages for us, and they said one of them came to me and whispered something in my ear, but I saw as they did that, it's like my head dissolved. The whisper went right through my head to the other side, and they said, consciousness is everything, because our bodies regenerate, constantly in motion. Not the same person that we were 10 years ago. None of the atoms in our bodies are the same as they were 10 years ago. Constantly in motion. Change. We can change anything. You don't have to recreate yourself the same as it was before. You can be open to possibilities personally for yourself. Expanding your awareness, conscious awareness that we're practicing in this meditation, expanding that to what is possible for us personally, potential. And we need to feel that. Practice that until you feel that. limitations that we have are only the limitations of our consciousness. We can be unlimited. Anything is possible. I say practice that until you feel it. So that's where I'm leaving this meditation. Feel free to carry on if you like. Carry on practicing that, expanding your consciousness of what's possible until you feel it. Thank you for joining me. Let's do it again tomorrow. We'll be doing a channeled show in a few minutes. Just for members, if you'd like to come along to that, you'll find that join button down there. I'll see you next time. See you tomorrow.